Hi there everybody and welcome along to the big quiz night in. This is episode 46. It is a belated Halloween episode today and I can show you now I've got all the pictures back. The frames are working on Facebook again, so this is a happy day for me today. We've had the last few shows without it, but we are back with another quiz night. We've had a week off thanks to the fact it was the Patreon quiz night last week, which was great fun as always. And we're back with Facebook Live tonight, and I'm looking forward to hopefully welcoming some new faces into the quiz today. So we'll see who attends, because I've been on a bit of a promotion kind of rampage across social media lately to try and drum up a bit more support for the online show so people are aware of what's going on here. And it's got a few more people liking the page, which is great to see, and I'm really looking forward to welcoming them. I hope they can join tonight. We do these quiz nights through this particular lockdown period every Tuesday and every Sunday. So because I've been doing them on Tuesday nights anyway, but now the lockdown is coming into effect, I won't be doing pub quizzes anymore, so I'm going to do 2 a week here on Facebook instead. The subjects we're going to be doing tonight are all up in the top corner, which is where they normally are when the Facebook frames are working and behaving themselves. I'll explain what the other bits and pieces are you can see on screen in a moment too. The first thing I need to do though is share the quiz, and I'd love for you to do the same. Give the video a like, it all helps put this in front of more people, and tap the share button if you don't mind so people are aware that there's a free pub quiz night happening tonight. And that would be much appreciated. Let me just bring the link up here on screen, and I'll be in the comments as well. There's a lot of interaction in the comments. We always have a nice conversation. You don't have to, if you're new to the quiz, you don't have to get in the comments if you don't want to, but it's great to get that conversation going and see people talking to each other, and I'll always give you shout outs and talk back to you, of course, as we go. So let me just get the link out there now and share it across all the usual places I like to share these videos. Then we will make a start. The first question round proper will start just after 8 o'clock tonight, because my daughter Abby will be back to ask a question at 8 o'clock, just before she goes to bed, which is something else that we've been doing lately, which I know a lot of you look forward to. Is a lot of fun. And then we'll get into that first quiz round, which is our potluck round, a general knowledge round. I will explain what all of the quiz rounds, how they all work, and anything if you are new to this, I will explain as we go. But particularly if you are new, let me know in the comments if this is your first quiz, and I'll be sure to explain things. Lately we've been getting numbers up to kind of 30 to 40, so hopefully we'll do well tonight. But regardless, we're going to have a great quiz, and let's see who we've got. James is checking in from Dayton, Ohio. It's been a while, James. Hope you're well. Yes, always remember the fact that we have an international viewership now that we are doing this more often and on Facebook Live. It's always great to see different names and faces popping up from different places around the world. So yeah, Dayton, Ohio checking in. I wonder if we'll have Amy from Phoenix as well this evening. Speaking of our American friends. But do get in the comments. I've shared the link out there now, and let's see who we get joining tonight. I've got a few things to talk about tonight. I did want to talk about what you can see here and what you can see here on screen right now. I wanted to talk about that. I think was it last week? No, 2 weeks ago it would have been, before the break for the Patreon quiz night. So that is all to do with my new merch designs. I've got my own merch store. The link is in the description of this video. Hi, Junior. Welcome along. That's Team Half a Dozen coming together, I see. And those two you can see here and here are 2 brand new designs that you can get on t-shirts, on hoodies, on mugs, on hats, bags, anything pretty much. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, if you enjoyed the quiz and you want to support the show a bit, please do check that out. Devices has a trio. Shut the front door. Tony Webb, welcome along. Devices are no longer an uno or a duo, they are a trio. This is very exciting. I'm really pleased to welcome you on tonight. Also, the other thing I'm pleased to talk about, which I will bang on about no doubt throughout the evening, is that bad boy right there. I've been convinced to get onto TikTok with the Big Quiz Night In. It's not my personal account, I'm posting quiz stuff on there. And it's been a lot of fun these last few days discovering what this TikTok thing is all about, because I'm a total noob to TikTok, but it's been going pretty well, and I'm friends with somebody who is got a reasonably popular account on there, so they're giving me a bit of a push, which is really helpful, and giving me some tips. Yes, but hi to Tracy. Glad you could join and glad to hear you were excited that we're going to be doing 2 a week, even though that does mean that, yes, the pub is closed and therefore lots of people can't be at the pub in person attending my quiz nights. But you're right, it's fun and exciting that we can do 2 shows a week again, and we'll see how well we do. I have had apologies from a couple of people this evening who are some regulars, which is a shame. I'm being good tonight. I'm just on the water this evening. Nicholas says, hi, let's get quizzical. I'm going to do this later because I'm out of BMX training with my little lad. With the little lad, I should say. That's okay, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you know, these quizzes, they're live now, but I always post them afterwards and people can watch them whenever. But do let me know in the comments how you get on. If you're watching a repeat of this, obviously you don't have to comment along throughout the entire show, but do comment as you go and just let me know how you get on. I'd love to know if people are watching this as a repeat. I always do appreciate that. You love the sugar skull decorations. They're kind of Cinco de Mayo, or not Cinco de Mayo, the Day of the Dead Mexican kind of theme, aren't they? Do you know, I got them from the co-op. We've got pumpkins on the strings at the top there. But those ones, yeah, I thought they were pretty good as well. But we don't really do Halloween in this house, I'm afraid. But I wanted to get something out because I know lots of people do. And I thought, well, I may as well leave them up for this quiz. I did another one for my work lot a couple of weeks ago. Which was closer to Halloween, or maybe a week ago. And they all loved it. But then I thought I may as well leave it up, because I'm going to do a Halloween round in our round number 2. You can see up there, Ghosts, Ghouls and Witches trivia round. I'm going to stumble on that at some point this evening. I always record a little clip on my Patreon to say what the quiz rounds are earlier in the day before I post it anywhere else. And Ghosts, Ghouls and Witches, must have done about, I don't know, 5 or 6 retakes of the same video clip to post to Patreon because I couldn't say it. I kept saying ghouls. Did I say ghouls? No, ghouls is the right one. Goals. I kept saying goals. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just rambling on until we make a start. But hello to everybody and thank you for joining. So potluck will be round number 1, usual general knowledge round. Then we'll do Ghosts, Ghouls and Witches. Then we've got the Our Survey Says Family Fortunes round. And then because it is the election day in America right now, I thought we'd do an election fever picture round. So we're going to have lots of different celebrities impersonating politicians in a picture round. You have to guess who they are and who they're impersonating. James says, I have those everywhere in my apartment. Yeah, well, this is the thing. Everybody celebrates Halloween, I guess you can call it that, differently. But we don't really do it at all in this house. My kids, never really got my kids into it. I think it comes from more my wife's side, but I'm not really fussed about it. I used to DJ quite a lot of Halloween discos, and I'd have to dress up, of course, being the DJ. I wouldn't know what to do, and I just wouldn't see the point in it, to be honest. But I don't mind horror stuff. It's not that I don't like it, but just never been something we really do here. I also don't like the idea of my kids walking around in the dark, knocking on strangers' houses, asking them for sweets. Just does not seem like a good idea. Diva's arrived. Hello to Diva. She says, hello everyone. Welcome along. I call Jacqueline Diva because that's her handle online. That's how I mainly know her. But welcome. It's great to see you. I hope you're excited about getting your new merch through. Thank you for ordering hoodies and encouraging me to put different colours on there. I've been really stubborn lately. In fact, since my merch store launched, about keeping them red and black because that's the colours of everything. Without thinking that maybe somebody just likes other colours and would like the logos and the banners and things on something that's a different colour. So, yeah. So if you do ever want something in a different colour, let me know. And it might be available and I can turn it on for you. It's no problem. Eric's here. Evening. Good evening to you. James is laughing at me. Eric and Chris are here from a cold and drizzly Blackpool. Oh, it's pretty much like that here too, actually. It has been so cold. So cold. I know it gets that way in winter anyway, but I didn't think it would get that cold that quickly, but really, really cold. Man. Luke's here. Good evening to you, Luke. Welcome. Thank you, as always, for continuing to like and share all my stuff. My former colleague Dave has joined saying you need a lightsaber to that chinny chin chin. Dave, you probably haven't realised this. I'm growing a yeard. I've been growing it since January 1st. and I'm going to finish obviously at the end of the year, therefore, and then I'll cut it right back to something more manageable. But I wanted to do at least once in my life, grow it for a whole year, document it on Instagram, taking pictures, and then I'm going to do a time-lapse picture kind of video of it all, and then yes, then I will cut it back to a more manageable, smart design with some description. And yes, my dad calls me ZZ Top all the time, so, and so do other people. So yes, very funny. Ha 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 ha. Yes, Diva says, so excited about the merch. I know. I actually really like the teal on the hoodies. I actually quite like that colour. So I'm glad you chose that one. Yeah, my wife likes that as well, that colour. So she was quite pleased to see that you'd ordered one in that colour. But yeah, I've changed how it works as well. 3 minutes to go till 8 o'clock. 3 minutes to go. So yeah, I've changed how it works. If you look in the description of my videos now, from this one onwards, because I've got like loads of different links for all the different social media and things I do, I've changed it all to be a link tree instead. So you just got one link in the description, and then it's got a nice display of all the different things you can follow me and support me on a nice little page. It just opens up. So it's much cleaner, I think, now. Whereas before I just had a load of different links and it wasn't very neat, but there wasn't much I could do about it until I discovered that. So that's why there's just the one link there in the description, along with the names of all my Patreons at the £5 and £10 tier currently. But yeah, if you want to know more about that, let me know, because now I'm doing more quizzes this month. I definitely could do with some more Patreon suggestions for quizzes and quiz rounds and questions and all sorts, because we haven't got any tonight. It's all my own stuff tonight. So yes, if you are watching and you're a Patreon, make sure you get in touch with what you're entitled to, because this is definitely the month to do it, with 2 a week coming on Facebook Live. So yeah, we shall see. Couple of minutes left to go then, and then we'll make a start with round number 1. So I'm going to tell you how it all works in a couple of minutes time. My daughter's going to come in and ask a question just for a bit of fun, really. You put the answer to that in the comments. It'll just be an A, B or C question. Okay, you choose an option. From that we then move on to the potluck round, and once we get into that potluck round, you don't put any more answers in the comments. So the rest of the quiz night is just for fun. Okay, so all you need to do then is make a note of your own answers, and then when we get to the end of the quiz round, I will give you an opportunity to ask me for any repeats. I can then repeat any questions you want. Again, you can let me know that in the comments. And then from that, we can then go through all the answers, and then you can put your own team score, you mark your own, put your own team score into the comments, and we'll celebrate with the winners and we'll commiserate with the people that didn't quite do well. But it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's just for fun. I'm just doing this to help everybody's mental well-being a bit and give them something fun to do on an evening, rather than sat in front of the telly. You can actually interact with this show, and you could talk to me in the comments if you wanted to. So yeah, all the likes, all the good emoji reactions you can give the video puts it in front of more people according to Facebook's ridiculous algorithms, and the more people we could help as a result of that, especially also if you tap the share button and tell your friends. So, and it's been going for quite a while. Amy's popping in to say hi, but she's out for today, so I'll miss y'all. We will miss you too, Amy. I was just talking about you, actually wondering if you were going to be joining this evening. But that's fine. You can watch another time when you'll know I'll be back every Sunday and Tuesday from now on. Well, at least until this lockdown period finishes across England. James says, loves the beard. Love the beard. You look like a hillbilly from West Virginia. West Virginia. I know, we need to get dueling banjos on the go. I don't know if that reference makes you laugh in any way, shape or form. But yeah. It's kind of getting that way, isn't it? I should be in a country band. I'd love to be in a band, actually. Even if it was a country band, I'd love to. I wonder, speaking of which, I wonder if we'll have the Barking Dog song, because Bill's band is one I've sung in a few times. That's always good fun. But it is now just gone 8 o'clock, so I think we need to bring in Abby. I know she's out there somewhere. And we'll get Abby asking a question, and then we'll make a start with the first round of the evening, I think. So yeah, let's see if we can find her. Is she out there? Abby? Time to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste the question into the comments as well, because sometimes you'll be seeing it on the video and then other people will be answering it because of the time delay. So let me just get this ready to copy in for you now. Here she is. Come on in. Here's Abby, everybody. Everybody say hi to Abby. You say hi?
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so what I'm going to do is then I'm going to put the question in and she's going to read it off and then you can guess in the comments. If you are the first person to guess correctly, A, B or C, then you get yourself a bonus point that you can use. I'm going to start saying that you can use your bonus point on any round of the 3 tonight that you struggle in the most. You can whack an extra point on if you want to. So, but only use it once. Andrea says, good evening, I'm new to your big night quiz. Andrea, good evening. Hello to Team Bath as well. I'll just go over quickly how we work this. But my daughter's just going to ask a quick question and then we'll get on with the first proper quiz round, okay? So go ahead, Abby, ask your question. I want to post it in the comments right there.
Which Roald Dahl story features a character called Bruno Jenkins? Is it A, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, B, The Magic Finger, or C, The Witches?
Can I say it again?
Which Roald Dahl story features a character called Bruno Jenkins? Is it A, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, B, Magic Finger, or C, The Witches?
Now we have a few guesses coming in already for this first question. Jenny has gone with C. Eric's gone with B. Have a guess, people. Let's see if we can get a few more in, and then we'll see who's got it right and who was first. We'll stay quiet for now, and we'll see what happens. Diva says, hi, Abby. Tracy's had a guess as well. Andrea, James... Amanda says no idea. Dave says Die Hard with a giant peach.
Come on.
Eric says mine was a complete guess. Pete's gone with A. All right, let's go back up to the top. Who was first to get it right? Have a look here, Abby. That one there, can you read that?
Jenny Bath.
Jenny Bath. Jenny's got it right. It is C, The Witches. Yes, Bruno Jenkins is a character from The Witches.
I'm reading that story at the minute. That's how I got inspired by the question.
That's it, yeah. She is reading it at the moment.
I've read almost all of them except for Matilda, Magic Finger, and The Witches, which I'm reading now. But I have seen the Magic Finger program and I've seen the Witches movie one. Yep. I watched it all, but there's one part that I had to hide under the blanket from.
There's a new one coming now as well. Right, say goodbye.
What?
There's a new Witches movie coming, yeah. Yeah, they remade it. It's the same thing, just with different cast, different people.
So the Witches will look different?
Yeah, yeah. Say goodbye to everybody then. I've got to start the rest of the quiz now. Yeah, ask Mummy about it, yeah.
Bye.
See you later. Alright, night. Okay, see you later. So, potluck round. Thank you, darling. Yes, Abby says good luck to everybody. She says good luck to everybody. So, the potluck round then, guys and girls. The way this works then, I'll read out the questions. Just make a note of them. Don't put any more in the comments at all, okay? Because we're not going to be sharing answers. Keep them to yourselves. If you want to talk with other people across WhatsApp or any other kind of app, that's fine. But in the comments here, yeah, Matilda is awesome too. In the comments here, all you need to do is make a note of them. And at the end, I'll go through the answers. You mark your own, okay? You can have any repeats you like once we've gone through the quiz round once. And then we'll do the same thing for the next one and the same thing for the round after that. So let's make a start then. Potluck, question number 1 for 3 points. Which 3 colours are on the national flag of Ireland? Which 3 colours are on the national flag of Ireland? 1 point for each. As always, guys, I'll pass on your comments for Abby in the morning, or probably when she's back from school, in fairness. But yeah, we always have a catch up about how it went once she's back from school. I don't know yet if she's going to do a question on the Sunday shows as well as the Tuesday shows. We'll have to see. Question number 2. Which creatures gather collectively in a cauldron? Is it toads, newts, or bats? Which creatures gather collectively in a cauldron? Is it toads, newts, or bats? James says LMFAO, I'm half Irish. Well, you better get it right then, James, hadn't you? Don't... Oh, Dave. Delete. Don't put the answers in the comments. Keep these ones to yourself. It's only Abby's one that we asked you to have a guess in the comments. For the rest of them, you mark them yourselves. He's still doing it. That's all right. There's a bit of a delay in the comments, I know. Okay, your next question then is question number 3. Which 2 words combine to create a new word transponder? Which 2 words combine to create the new word transponder? Don't worry, Dave, I deleted them. No problem. Chippy says pangolins. What? What are you on about? Question 3. Which 2 words combine to create the new word transponder? Brain dead. Yeah, I'll let you off. I'll let you off. Question number 4. Is an American Bando bull a type of dog, a type of pig, or a cheese? Is an American Bando bull a type of dog, a pig, or a cheese? That's question number 4. Question number 5. Another American question. We've got a few of those actually tonight. Which American state is nicknamed the Bluegrass State? Which American state is nicknamed the Bluegrass State? Okay, question number 6 now. Question 6 is for 3 points. According to the Proverbs, what is the root of all evil? What is the best medicine? And what maketh the man? According to the Proverbs, what is the root of all evil? What is the best medicine? And what maketh the man? One point for each again with that one. I'm going to have to adjust the camera, aren't I, from now on, because my beard's getting so long it's going out of shot. No slouching for me. Can't have that. Mind you, I wanted the camera a little bit higher tonight because of all the decorations up there for Halloween, so it'll be a bit different next time. Question number 7. We're on to maths for number 7. Don't often do maths questions, but have a go at this one. Divide 30 by a half and add 10. What's the answer? No, you can't use a calculator. Divide 30 by a half and add 10. What's the answer? That's the kind of one you'd see shared on a meme on Facebook or something, you know. It's not where I got that one from, but I imagine that is the kind of one. Divide 30 by a half and add 10. What's the answer? Your next question is a name the year question. So I'm going to list off some things that all happened in the same year. If you get the year exactly correct, you get 2 points. If you're 1 year either side, then I'll give you, or you can give yourself 1 point for being close. All right. So, name the year all these things happened. Kylie Minogue's Can't Get You Out of My Head and Atomic Kitten's Whole Again both spent 4 weeks each at the number 1 spot. Jeffrey Archer is jailed for 4 years, and Shrek becomes the biggest film of the year. It all happened in the same year, but which year? 2 points if you get it exactly right, 1 point if you're either side. So that's question number 8. Question number 9 is for 3 more points. Billy Ocean, Chris de Burgh and Nina had UK hit singles with which songs with the colour red in the title? Billy Ocean, Chris de Burgh and Nina had UK hit singles with which songs with the colour red in their titles? Name those for 1 point each. Okay. You get a little bit of thinking time at the end, because I will do repeats as well, so don't worry if I rush too fast through these for you. You'll get a bit of thinking time at the end before we move on. Question number 10. If Florida is nicknamed the Sunshine State and California is the Golden State, what is New York State's nickname? That was years ago, you say, James. It's still a valid question, just because it was years ago. If Florida is nicknamed the Sunshine State and California is the Golden State, what is New York State's nickname? Okay, question 11 for another 3 points this time. Which novels were the first published to feature James Bond, Harry Potter, and Robert Langdon? 1 point for each. Which novels were the first published to feature James Bond, Harry Potter, and Robert Langdon? 1 point for each. Yeah, James, when I've got American questions in these quiz rounds, you've got to remember they're not all that easy when you don't live in America. But I agree, that one's probably slightly easier than some of the others. So yeah, which novels were first published were the first published to feature James Bond, Harry Potter, and Robert Langdon? 1 point for each. Question number 12. You'll see why I'm laughing to myself when I read it. What would a Vietnamese man do with his dong? What would a Vietnamese man do with his dong? D-O-N-G. Okay. Your next question. Question 13. What official names are given to the people who come from the cities of Glasgow, Edinburgh, and Dundee? What official names are given to the people who come from the cities of Glasgow, Edinburgh, and Dundee? Again, 1 point for each there. 2 more questions in this round. Each of the rounds has 15 questions in. So if you do need any repeats, feel free to let me know in the comments for any of the previous ones. Question 14. Donald Trump, Barack Obama, and Bill Clinton were born in which US states? Donald Trump, Barack Obama, and Bill Clinton were born in which US states? 1 point for each again. And there'll be another 3 points for the last question as well, actually. Nationalists, Dave says. Yeah, for the Scottish question, I bet, yeah. Very good. There is, I mean, in all seriousness, 3 different names for that question. 1 point for each. But yes, nationalists, very funny. Question 15 then, your final question in our potluck round. According to a survey released in 2020, which 3 European nations had the highest numbers of British expats living there in 2019? You don't have to put the countries in order, but according to that survey released in 2020, which 3 European nations had the highest numbers of British expats living there in 2019. 1 point for each. Anybody need a question repeated? James says, I have no clue you flipped it. LOL. Flipped it? What did I flip? I'm not sure what you mean. If you need any repeats, let me know in the comments, guys, and I will gladly do that for you, and then we will go through the answers for that first round. And then we can move on to round number 2, our Ghosts, Ghouls and Witches round. It's still close enough to Halloween to count, I think. Wouldn't normally do rounds like that. But as we didn't do one last week, we shall see how you go with that one. Okay, last chance if you need a repeat of any questions. Last chance. Oh, an expatriate? Is it expatriate? Basically, they used to live in the UK and they decided to live abroad instead. Can't imagine why. So yeah, how many? So according to a survey released in 2020, which 3 European nations had the most amount of British people living in their countries in 2019? Basically, that's it. Because apparently it's okay to migrate to another country as long as it's us going over there, but it's not okay if they come over here to some people. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Don't get me started on these things, though. Don't get myself started. I'll get into trouble. Okay, I'm going to start going through the answers, I think, guys. I'm going to start going through the answers because it doesn't look like you need any repeats. You've all been paying attention, I gather, and you're all doing exceptionally well, or you've just passed on a lot of them. Let's find out. Question 1 was, with which 3 colours are on the national flag of Ireland? It is green, orange and white. Question 2, which creatures gather collectively in a cauldron? Is it toads, newts or bats? It is a cauldron of bats. Question 3, which 2 words combine to create the new word transponder? It is transmitter and responder. 1 point for each. Question 4 is an American Bando bull, a type of dog, a pig or a cheese. It is a dog. Question 5, which American state is nicknamed the Bluegrass State? It is Kentucky. Question 6, according to the Proverbs, what is the root of all evil? What is the best medicine? And what maketh the man? For 3 points. It is the love of money, laughter and manners. Let me read that again. Money is the root of all evil. There we go. Laughter is the best medicine, and manners maketh the man. Money, laughter, manners for 3 points. Question number 7. If you divide 30 by a half and add 10, you get 70. This is where somebody comes in the comments and goes, actually, no. 70 is the answer. Question number 8, the year all those things happened in. So the Kylie Minogue song, Can't Get You Out of My Head. Atomic Kitten's Whole Again, being at number 1 for 4 weeks. Jeffrey Archer Jailed and Shrek being the biggest film of the year. That was in 2001. So if you put 2001, you get 2 points. If you put 2000 or 2002, you can have 1 point instead for being close. Question 9. Billy Ocean, Krista Burr and Nina had UK hit singles with which songs with the colour red in the titles? It's Red Light Spells Danger, Lady in Red and 99 Red Balloons. Question 10. If Florida is nicknamed the Sunshine State and California is the Golden State, what is New York State nickname? It is the Empire State. Question 11. Which novels were the first published to feature James Bond, Harry Potter and Robert Langdon? For James Bond, it's Casino Royale. For Harry Potter, it's The Philosopher's Stone. Or if you're American, it's The Sorcerer's Stone. I think they call the book that and the film that? I know they renamed the film. But yeah, The Philosopher's Stone was the name of the book. And they renamed it in America. Robert Langdon's first book is Angels and Demons. Okay, question 12. The first book published was Angels and Demons. Question 12. What would a Vietnamese man do with his dong? He would spend it. It's their currency. Spend it. If you put anything else, I would be careful about putting it in the comments. Question 13. What official names are given to the people who come from the cities of Glasgow, Edinburgh and Dundee? You are Glaswegian, an Edinburgher and Dundonian, apparently. I'm sure Dave can come up with some other creative names, being you are indeed Scottish, so you're allowed to. Question 14. Donald Trump, Barack Obama and Bill Clinton were born in which US states? Donald Trump was born in New York, Barack Obama in Hawaii, and Bill Clinton in Arkansas. Question 15. According to a survey released in 2020, which 3 European nations had the highest numbers of British expats living there in 2019? Third place is France, second is Ireland, and first place is Spain. 1 point for each. Again, you didn't have to put those 3 in the correct order. Just give yourself 1 point for each. Tally them up. Dave's laughing at me now. Tally them up and let me know how well you did in the comments. Let me know how many points you got. I've got, I think it's a maximum score of 31. Yeah. 31 is the maximum score. I'm just checking my own marking here, but I'm pretty sure it's that. 31 points for that round. Let's see how well you did. Don't be shy. Put your team scores in the comments. And if you've got a fun pub quiz team name, even better. Put that in the comments as well and say how well you did. Eric's in then 24 for the Blackpool Bar Stewards. Very well done to Eric and Chris there from Blackpool. Good effort. 24 out of 31. Diva's got 23 points. Excellent. Well done. 18 for Black. Just Black. Yeah, you're missing Andy and a few other people, I guess, tonight. But well done to Ed and Amanda. James says he's got 20 points. Excellent. James, did you get the Irish flag question correct? Tracy's lot have got 19. Well done. Devises Trio have got 20. 14 for Thunder Horse 2.0. Great to have you guys. Why is it 2.0? What's changed? I know you've been gone for a while. Andrea says Newbie got 5. Okay, well, it's just for fun. You know, every day's a school day. You've learned something here today, I hope. And then we can maybe go on to the next round and see how well you do. And if you're really worried about the next round, then round number 3 is just like Family Fortunes, okay? So everybody knows a bit of something there. You'll be fine. You'll get loads of points there, I'm sure. Junior says 21 for half a dozen. Massive. 18 for Team Bath over in Switzerland there. Well done, Jenny. Lee says Lockdown 2.0, so they're Thunder Horse 2.0. I see. Okay, yeah, it is. James barely. James says you barely got the Ireland flag question right. Okay, well, at least you did. You're redeemed. Well done. All right, feel free, if you haven't put your scores in, feel free to do that now. We're going to move on to round number 2, but I will still read your scores out, give you a shout out if you would like that. Round number 2 then is Ghost Schools and Witches. I've still said it correctly every time so far. This is good. It's a good sign. So it's all general knowledge about all kind of scary things connected to Halloween. Jan's just chiming in here though, another of my former colleagues from a different company this time. 18 points for me, so difficult to answer when you go through the answers. Okay, yeah, thank you for joining as soon as you could. That's appreciated, mate. You're just in time for the next round anyway, or in plenty of time for the next round. Okay, so Ghost Schools and Witches, all kind of Halloween, scary kind of trivia, I guess. A little bit of TV, a little bit of film, a little bit of general knowledge. So we shall see how you get on with this one. Same rules apply. We'll go through the answers at the end. I'll repeat questions as well if you need me to. Here we go with question number 1. Which TV witch was played by Melissa Joan Hart? Which TV witch was played by Melissa Joan Hart? If for any reason you need to leave early, the picture round I'm sharing tonight has been scheduled to post automatically at 9:30. So come back to the page, keep an eye out for that. It will just be posted as a picture, but it is an election fever picture round, and it will automatically post. James says, how come you don't celebrate Halloween like us over here? I think it differs. There's loads of people here that do, but my particular house, we just don't. It's not one that's grabbed us, and my kids aren't really into scary stuff, really. They claim they are, but they're not. They don't really like it. And like I said earlier, you may have missed it, the idea of them knocking on strangers' doors, getting sweets from strangers, just seems really stupid. And then you've got all the people that go around throwing eggs and toilet paper in people's houses and stuff. Yeah, it doesn't really happen so much anymore. I think a lot of people are kind of losing interest in it around here, at least. Question 2. The movie ghouls named Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, and Jason Voorhees are characters from which 3 movie franchises? The movie ghouls named Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, and Jason Voorhees are characters from which 3 movie franchises? 1 point for each again. Speaking of those kind of characters, we're catching up on Legends of Tomorrow, great DC superhero show, and one of the episode we watched last night was, without any spoilers if you're still watching that series, featured a serious homage to all of those kind of movies that those characters are from, and it was very good indeed. I very much enjoyed that. Yeah, Legends of Tomorrow is a great series. Question number 3 now. Question 3. Which country celebrates the Day of the Dead in October every year? I talked about this at the top of the show, actually. Probably shouldn't have done, but I'm sure if you know the answer, then you already knew the answer. Which country celebrates the Day of the Dead in October every year? Look, which these are blatantly inspired by. Question 4 is for 3 points. Which Hogwarts witches were played on film by Maggie Smith, Imelda Staunton, and Bonnie Wright? Which Hogwarts witches were played on film by Maggie Smith, Imelda Staunton, and Bonnie Wright? 1 point for each. Your next question's about cars. Well, what kind of connection could cars have to Halloween, I wonder? Question 5. Which motor car company had a silver ghost? Which motor car company had a silver ghost? Got a question now on authors of scary stories. Which 3 well-known writers wrote The Shining, The Woman in Black, and The Canterbury Ghost? Which 3 well-known writers wrote The Shining, The Woman in Black, and The Canterbury Ghost? 1 point for each. Question number 7 then. Question 7. Which BBC TV series featured a ghost, a werewolf, and a vampire trying to lead normal lives in Bristol? Which BBC TV series featured a ghost, a werewolf, and a vampire trying to lead normal lives in Bristol? Name the show for 1 point. James and anybody else from America, I'm not entirely sure that show made it overseas. Have you ever seen The Exorcist? Great movie, James says. It's a classic movie in its genre, but I don't know. I thought it was interesting and scary when I first saw it, but now I kind of look at it and some of the effects hadn't aged so well, unfortunately. Some of it still really has. But yeah, not a massive fan of it. It's not my go-to for scary movies. You know, I've seen it. I can say I've seen it, and I don't need to go back and watch it again. You know, it's one of them for me. I prefer slasher horrors, like with the aforementioned characters at the start of the round, or more ones like Event Horizon with Sam Neill. There's a sci-fi one. Now that is a good scary movie. Love that one. Okay, I'll do another question then. Question number 8. Which witch does Dorothy melt, and what does she melt her with in The Wizard of Oz? 1 point for each. Which of the witches does Dorothy melt, and what does she melt her with in The Wizard of Oz? Spoiler alert. Chippy says Event Horizon, skull emoji. I hope that means that you also like it. Freaking brilliant. Brilliant movie. Question number 9. Which company produces Black Magic chocolates? Which company produces Black Magic chocolates? The other one, which isn't really scary as such, it's more of a horror comedy, is the Monster Squad. I think I don't know, I haven't spoken about this on this show, but the Monster Squad is brilliant. Nobody knows about it in the UK. Nobody. It's very, very rare I come across somebody who's seen that. But it's basically the Goonies, but with the classic Hammer horror, Universal horror kind of monsters. Yeah, so the Mummy and Dracula and Frankenstein's monster and the werewolf and the creature. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, Monster Squad. It's from the 80s. Look it up. Look it up. It is so good. So funny as well. Right, your next question. Number 10 for 3 more points. Which acts had a UK hit with songs called Witch Doctor, Ghost Town, and Scary Monsters and Super Creeps? Yes, I'll repeat 7 at the end, no problem, Amanda. Okay, just do number 10 once more. Which acts had a UK hit with songs called Witch Doctor, Ghost Town, and Scary Monsters and Super Creeps? Yeah, I think I saw Monster Squad probably a year or two after I saw Goonies, so I kind of think see them as very similar kind of films about a group of teenage kids get into trouble and then try and save the day. And yeah, it's like that, but it's with those classic horror characters all coming together. It's very cool. Question number 11 now. How many times, speaking of Hammer horror, how many times did Christopher Lee portray Dracula on film? So not just in Hammer horror films, but how many times did Christopher Lee portray Dracula on film? This is according to his IMDb page. So if you're going to challenge me on it, then we have to challenge IMDb as well. Oh, Chippy knows Monster Squad. He says it's class, mate. Never heard anyone bring that up before. Fair play. I bought it on DVD as soon as it was available on DVD. Again, this was 10 years ago. No, longer than 10 years ago, actually. And it was back when you had to worry about regions on DVDs. And, of course, it was a USA region DVD. It wasn't British. It wasn't European. So there was only certain devices I could play it on. I don't know if it's probably, I could play it on more now. I've still got it, I'm sure. I must watch it again. So good. Oh, I'm glad you know that, mate. Okay, question number, where are we now? Question number 12 now. Question 12 is for 4 points. We're back on Harry Potter again. What are the names of the 4 house ghosts at Hogwarts School? What are the names of the 4 house ghosts at Hogwarts School? Obviously 1 point for each. Okay, your next question. Question 13. The eye, the toe, the wool, and the tongue of which creatures go into the witch's cauldron in Shakespeare's Macbeth? Diva says, Harry Potter questions, crying. I know. Yeah, I'm not a big fan either, but it kind of fits the theme, so can't really avoid it, I'm afraid. But yes, question 13. The eye, the toe, the wool, and the tongue of which creatures go into the witch's cauldron in William Shakespeare's Macbeth? 1 point for each. Dinner time for Davey, signing off. Thanks for joining, mate. Take care. Hope you can join again one day. Tuesdays and Sundays every week through November into the end of the lockdown. And then it'll be Tuesdays again after that every week. Unless the lockdown's extended. I hope it's not. I was talking to some of my colleagues earlier and yesterday as well, and they were saying that they think that they're doing it now purely so that it's more likely that we can all have Christmas with family and see people properly, or as properly as we can, and then no doubt we'll be in another lockdown again in the new year sometime. It's like, yeah, probably. But still, this is why I do this. Try and give you something to look forward to and to have some fun. Okay. Your next question, question number 14. Andy Serkis and Simon Pegg played which ghoulish grave robbers on film? Andy Serkis and Simon Pegg played which ghoulish grave robbers on film? They're both in the same film. Name the characters for 1 point each. That's question 14. I think some of these questions, there's some familiarity with the Patreon quiz night. So for those of you who are Patreons who were there last week, and the next question as well, I think maybe that was then, or maybe that was a different quiz one I did. I forget. But still, the Harry Potter stuff comes up quite a lot. And I'm amazed at how much of Harry Potter random trivia I know, having never seen the films, never read the books. It's because of these quizzes. So, like I said, every day's a school day. Question 15, then the final question. Which 3 male actors played the original Ghostbusters on film? 1 point for each. Which 3 male actors played the original Ghostbusters on film? There are 4 of them eventually, but originally there was only 3 of them. So what were the actors' names? James says they're saying lockdown is going to last till fall of next year where you are. What? I mean, social distancing measures and things, and wearing a mask and things like that, pretty positive that's going to be most places around the world until, yeah, fall or autumn for us next year. Yeah, I've heard that. But actual lockdown, that's awful. Man, I hope it's not that bad. I certainly hope it's not. Does anybody else need a question repeated? I know that Amanda's asked for number 7. She says, when you're doing repeats, please, before I forget what question I missed. Yes, number 7 was, which TV series, BBC TV series, featured a ghost, a werewolf, and a vampire trying to lead normal lives in Bristol? Question 7 again. Which BBC TV series featured a ghost, a werewolf, and a vampire trying to lead normal lives in Bristol? Would anybody else like a question repeated? We'll go through the answers in a minute, see how well you did, and then we will move on to our Survey Says round. With that in mind, I'm going to fire up the old sound effects, get them ready, and we shall see. Okay. No more requests for repeats have come in. So, Eric, Blackpool Bastards have come in with 2. Okay. Number 2 was the movie ghouls named Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, and Jason Voorhees are characters from which 3 movie series? 1 point for each, or movie franchises. Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, and Jason Voorhees. Amanda says she loved that show but can't remember the name. Oh no. Clearly didn't love it that much. Not good. All right, well, you've got until I read out the answer in a moment to have a guess. I'm going to go through the rest of the answers now then. Yeah, I haven't had any more come in. So, question 1 was, which TV witch was played by Melissa Joan Hart? It was Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Question 2, the movie ghouls named Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees are characters from which 3 movie series? They are from Halloween for Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger's from Nightmare on Elm Street, and Jason Voorhees is from Friday the 13th. Amanda says, oh, I think I remembered it, unless I'm wrong. Yes. Let's see. Question number 3. Which country celebrates the Day of the Dead in October every year? That is Mexico. Question 4. Which Hogwarts witches were played on film by Maggie Smith, Imelda Staunton and Bonnie Wright? They are Professor Minerva McGonagall, Dolores Umbridge and Ginny Weasley. Question 5. Which motorcar company had a silver ghost? That was Rolls-Royce. Question 6. Which 3 well-known writers wrote The Shining, The Woman in Black and The Canterbury Ghost? They are Stephen King, Susan Hill and Oscar Wilde, in that order. Question 7. Which BBC TV series featured a ghost, a werewolf and a vampire trying to lead normal lives in Bristol? That is Being Human. Did you get it right, Amanda? Question 8. Which witch does Dorothy melt, and what does she melt her with in The Wizard of Oz? She melts the Wicked Witch of the West with water. Chucks a bucket of water over her, and surprisingly, it melts her. Although, does it? If you've seen the show Wicked, the musical Wicked, does that really happen though? It's very good. You have to check that out one day. Question 9. Which company produces Black Magic chocolates? It is Nestle. Question 10. Which acts had a UK hit with songs called Witch Doctor, Ghost Town and Scary Monsters and Super Creeps? The cartoons did Witch Doctor, the specials did Ghost Town, and Scary Monsters and Super Creeps was by David Bowie. Oh, Amanda, you did get it. Well done. Question 11. How many times did Christopher Lee portray Dracula on film? 10 times. He played him once when he was uncredited, but it was him playing Dracula in some other film. Yeah, he's played Dracula 10 times on film in his lifetime. Question 12. What are the names of the 4 house ghosts at Hogwarts School? It is Nearly Headless Nick, the Fat Friar, the Grey Lady, and the Bloody Baron. Question 13. The eye, the toe, the wool and the tongue of which creatures go into the witch's cauldron in William Shakespeare's Macbeth for 4 points? It is eye of newt, toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog. Charming. Question 14. Andy Serkis and Simon Pegg played which ghoulish grave robbers on film? It is Burke and Hare. The film's called Burke and Hare. And if you've got William Burke and William Hare, then that's even more impressive. But still, just the 2 points for that. Question 15. Which 3 male actors played the original Ghostbusters on film? They were Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Harold Ramis. Tally up your scores. Let's see how well you did on that one. And let me know in the comments, along with your team names, of course, so we can give you a proper shout out. And then we can crack on with the Our Survey Says round. I'm going to top up my water while you do that. Give me a moment. Great, looks like we've got some scores coming in. 20 for the Blackpool Bar Stewards, only 10 for Diva, 18 for James Weston. Well done, mate, well done. That is good. I'm going to lower this down a bit more now. There we go, that's easier. Devises Trio have got 19 points, good scores. Good scores indeed. Jan says, more time didn't change my score for the better. No, more time didn't change your score for the better. 12 points only. Water, like an animal. Why not beer? Yeah, I don't know why. That's just how the story goes, mate. 14 for half a dozen. 18 again for Team Bath. 21 for Thunderhorse 2.0. Or you're just Thunderhorse now. 21 points is a good score, though. I haven't got a total score for that one, to be honest. Not for that round, anyway. But I think scores in the 20s, very well done. And good effort to everybody else. Chippy says to him, "You suck!" Wait, it's my team. Oh. Excellent stuff. Okay, Family Fortunes, our survey says, is the next round. And so with this round, 15 questions again. This is the last round of the evening, and the picture round will be posted at about 9:30 on this page. 22 for black, just black. Yeah, not back in black tonight. 22 points, great score. Looks like that extra point for you, Amanda, made all the difference, because that means that you guys have won that round. For those who care about that kind of stuff right now, so well done. So the Family Fortunes round is going to work like this. I have got 15 questions with the answers from a survey, and you need to work out for each question what you think the top answer was from the survey. I have the top 5 answers here. So if you get the top answer for each question, then you get 5 points. And you'll hear that when I do the answers later on. Running down through the scores, 4, 3, 2, and 1 point for the least popular answer, depending on which one you guess. So only guess once per question. You're only trying to guess what the top answer is. If you give me an answer and it's not there, you get nothing for that question. See? Very similar to Family Fortunes, just without the annoying advert breaks. Although, having said that, I am going to pop a link in the comments. If you choose to, there is a charity that I would prefer money to go towards in the first instance. There are plenty of ways you can support me, which is also linked in the description of this video. But Secret Santa 365 are the nominated charity, and it's for mainly the whole of Oxfordshire. They support. You can click that link. You can find all your information there about them if you don't know them already. But please, if you can put any money towards what I do here, which is now going to be twice a week, then do send it there first. And then if you want to go that extra bit further, there's plenty of rewards on offer if you choose to support me with the other link you'll see in the description of this video, which is a Linktree link. And if you follow that link, it will take you to everything that I do all over social media, including the brand new TikTok. If you're on TikTok, follow me there. It's a lot of fun, actually. I'm posting some questions there for people. Seems to be going down quite well. James says you've got Jack shirt on. Well done, my favourite. Yeah, love Jack Daniels, mate. Jack Daniels, honey Jack Daniels as well, and the cinnamon fire, whatever it was called, that they've done relatively recently. That was amazing. Didn't think I'd like that as much as I did. I prefer them both to regular Jack now. Absolutely amazing. I have to get some more of that. Right, here we go with Family Fortunes then. Work out what the top answer is to these questions from our survey. Question number 1, and again, don't put them in the comments. Name something you keep near your toilet. Name something you keep near your toilet. That is question number 1 in our Family Fortunes round. Name something you keep near your toilet. Question number 2. And remember, these surveys were conducted in the UK. Looking at you there, James. Question 2. Name a popular brand of toothpaste. Maybe 1 or 2 of these are also brands in the US. I don't know. You can tell me once we read out the answers. But name a popular brand of toothpaste. What could the top answer be? Question number 3. Name a famous British glove puppet. Name a famous British glove puppet. They're not all centric around British stuff, I'm afraid. They're not all that. To anybody from overseas watching. But the survey was conducted over here, so obviously the majority of them are. Question number 4. Name an Irish band who has had a UK hit single. Name an Irish band who has had a UK hit single. Yeah, do we have different brands? James says. Yeah, I imagine we do. But I'm just saying that just in case. So I would go for whatever you think the most popular one is in the US. Then I'll tell you. You'll soon find out if it's one of the ones we have over here. Yeah, I'm sure one or two of them are the same. But we'll see. We'll all learn something with this one. Question 5. Name a vegetable that you would eat in a salad. Name a vegetable that you would eat in a salad. Is the brand that you use at the moment made the list of the top 5? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how you'd know what brand I use at the moment, but yes, the brand I use at the moment is in the top 5. I don't think there's many more than the top 5 anyway, to be honest. But I've never really paid that much attention in the shop anyway. I just get the one that I know I like. As long as it's reasonably priced. Right, question number 6 now. Name something you do in your sleep. Name something you do in your sleep. All right, your next question. Question number 7. Name a flower you would wear in a buttonhole. Name a flower you would wear in a buttonhole. Question number 8. Now, question 8. Name a popular male Scottish comedian. Name a popular male Scottish comedian. That's question 8 in our survey, says round. Jan, so what's a buttonhole? So if you were wearing a suit and going to a special occasion, you might have a flower in your literal hole where a button would be, or somewhere on your suit, and they call it a buttonhole. So yeah, that's basically it. Okay, your next question, question number 9. Name a Queen song used in a film. Yeah, that was my wife sneezing. Bless you, they say. She's basically, I'm in the kitchen where my office kind of desk is set up to work from home from, and right behind there is the door into the living room, which is shut, but obviously noise still travels. But thank you, Jan. Name a Queen song used in a film. That's question number 9. Question 10. Name a dog with short legs. Name a dog that has short legs. Oh dear, James, what are you laughing at now? The buttonhole question, I imagine, is it? We shall see. Your next question was question number 11. Name a tool used by a carpenter. Name a tool used by a carpenter. I'm glad you get so much laughter out of watching the quiz, mate. I'd be worried if you didn't get some entertainment out of it and our differences. Question 12. Name a film that gave Hugh Jackman his most memorable role to date. Oh, the Queen song. Yeah, okay. You must know some Queen songs, surely. Lots of them have been used in films before. Not to mention their own film, which is pretty good, I thought. The biopic they did. Question 12 again was name a film that gave Hugh Jackman his most memorable role to date. Question 13, name a ceremony normally conducted in a church. Some of those you would wear a buttonhole for, funnily enough. Name a ceremony normally conducted in a church. Okay, your next question, question number 14. Name a current model in the Vauxhall car range that's available in the UK. Good luck with that one, James. Name a current model in the Vauxhall car range that's available in the UK. Yeah, they're probably very similar cars, just called something slightly different for where you are. And your final question, and question number 15. Name a film that gave Daryl Hannah her most memorable role to date. Name a film that gave Daryl Hannah her most memorable role to date. And if you don't know who that is, you should definitely watch at least the top 2 of the answers when I reveal them. The car was Vauxhall. Yeah, oh yeah, they're called Opel outside of the UK. Yeah, you're right, Jan. I don't know. I used to know the answer to that question because it puzzled me as well why it was Vauxhall over here and Opel. I know Google's got the answer, mate. I'm not going to go into it. I'm not going to speculate. But yeah, I used to know. I've forgotten that one. But yeah, Opel you might have heard of, James. It's the same. They're the same cars, basically. Ultimately the same company. Okay. So, does anybody need a question repeated? Because that was the last one in the Our Survey Says round. Let me know. Happy to repeat any for you. If not, we'll go through the answers and I'll be reading them from the 1 point answer up to the top answer, giving you 5 points. So they'll be scored in that order and you know then how many points you got. Oh, you think it's Vauxhall in Australia as well? Okay. Interesting. Maybe it's just Opel across Europe then. I always thought that was just Europe. Okay, 7 and 8. Okay, so question 7 was name a flower you would wear in a buttonhole. And question 8, name a popular male Scottish comedian. Any more repeats? Let me know. If not, we will go through the answers. And I can then get all my sound effects working. There we go. Adds a bit of fun, I guess, doesn't it? But yes, don't forget, also before we go through the answers, do check the link in the description. Have a look at all the other places you can follow me. Twitter, Instagram, Lima as well, Social Audio Lima. It's great fun. Post quizzes all over the place. And the latest one, TikTok. Got a merch store where you can get branded stuff with that on it, that on it, that on it. I've got one other design as well. Another sale will no doubt be coming soon. So keep an eye out for that. Let's go through the answers. No more repeats have been requested at this time. So question number 1. Name something you keep near your toilet. We have bleach or toilet cleaner. We then have soap, any kind of soap. Towels for 3 points. Air freshener for 4. The top answer though is loo roll or toilet paper. Question 2. Name a popular brand of toothpaste. Okay, we have Corsadil, Sensodyne, Oral-B for 3 points, Aquafresh for 4, and the top answer is Colgate. I think Colgate's... You must have Colgate over in America. That's a massive company. Let me know, James. Question number 3. Name a famous British glove puppet. We have Roland Rat, Gordon the Gopher, Sweep, Basil Brush, and the top answer, Sooty. Question 4. Name an Irish band who has had a UK hit single. We have The Pogues, The Cause, Westlife, Boyzone for 4 points, and the top answer, U2. Question 5. Name a vegetable you would eat in a salad. We have radish, potato, carrot, onion, and the top answer, lettuce. Question 6. Name something you would do in your sleep. We have grind your teeth, talk, walk, dream for 4 points, and for 5 points the top answer is snoring. Question 7. Name a flower you would wear in a buttonhole. We have orchid, daffodil, poppy, carnation for 4 points, and the top answer, rose. Yes. Yeah, Procter & Gamble, that's it. Yeah, and you're right. Colgate's the brand. I'm sure they do have something over there then. Question 8. Name a popular male Scottish comedian. We have Ronnie Corbett, Gregor Fisher. That's Ramsay Nesbitt, if you don't know. Kevin Bridges, Frankie Boyle for 4 points, and the top answer, Billy Connolly. Of course it is. Question number 9. Name a Queen song used in a film. We have We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions, Flash for 3 points, It's a Kind of Magic for 4, and the top answer, Bohemian Rhapsody. Question 10. Name a dog with short legs. We have the Yorkshire Terrier, a Pekingese, a Basset Hound for 3 points, a Chihuahua for 4, and the top answer is a Dachshund. Question 11. Name a tool used by a carpenter. We have a spirit level for 1 point, a saw, a hammer for 3, screwdriver for 4, and the top answer is a drill. Question 12. Name a film that gave Hugh Jackman his most memorable role to date. We have Australia, Wolverine, Les Miserables, The Greatest Showman for 4 points, and the top answer was X-Men. Question 13. Name a ceremony normally conducted in a church. We have a confirmation, Easter or Passover, funeral, christening for 4 points, but the top answer is a wedding. Question 14. Name a current model in the Vauxhall car range available in the UK. We have a Mocha, an Insignia, Crossland, a Corsa, and the top answer, an Astra. Question 15. Name a film that gave Daryl Hannah her most memorable role to date. We have Steel Magnolias, Roxanne, Splash for 3 points, Blade Runner for 4, and finally the top answer is Kill Bill. Volumes 1 or 2. You choose. So there we go. Tally up your scores. I'm happy to repeat any of those if you need them repeated. Let me know. And let's see how well you did in our final round of the evening. And we're finishing well early tonight. Just past 9. We normally go on till 15:15, so that's all right. That's not bad. Hope you've enjoyed it. If this was your first time watching, or even if it wasn't, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. And hopefully the audience will build over the coming weeks. And we'll have quizzes running all the way through till Christmas, no doubt, as well. So at the minute it's going to be every Tuesdays and every Sunday. And then when the pubs open back up again, I'll be back at the pub for whenever they want me for the quiz nights, which is normally Thursdays and Sundays. So I'll go back to doing one a week from home again then. Can I repeat the answers for number 3? Yes. For number 3, it was for 1 point Roland Rat, then Gordon the Gopher, Sweep, Basil Brush, and Sooty was the top answer. 64 points for Blackpool Bar Stewards. Good that we're finishing early. Anne says, I still have a lot of work before tomorrow's demo. Oh, okay, mate. Crack on. 63 points for Diva. 57 for Team Bath. Well done. Good scores. Let's see some more of those scores coming in. You might want to also check out my Patreon, because I'm going to be doing a giveaway in December for all my Patreons. Even if you're only at the £2 a month level, you get rewards at each level. And if you are there for December, which means you join in November, then you're going to be in with a chance of winning the giveaway that I'm going to do. More news on that when I can tell you more. Diva says, really appreciate these quizzes. Thanks, Chris. You're welcome. You are most welcome. 70 points for Black. Just Black. Devises Trio, 54 points. Thanks, Chris. They say. James says 50 points. That's a good score. 71 for half a dozen. Fantastic. Thunderhorse have got 65. Yep, peaked. Jan says 55 points for me tonight. Either 5 or 0 for all the questions. Wow. That's pretty good going. Yeah, don't see that happen very often, I don't think. Very well done. Any more scores want to come in, by all means do post them now. If you are watching a repeat of this, let me know in the comments as well, and I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll react to all the comments I miss as well, as they are appropriate to be reacted to, I guess, because some people do obviously do that after the fact. And yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed it. I'll be back again on Sunday. Again, 7:45, 8 o'clock start. Maybe Abby will do a question on the Sunday shows. We haven't decided on that yet, but if not, she'll be back on Tuesday anyway. And I think that's about it. Check the link in the description for supporting myself here at the Big Quiz Night In. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and if you're not already, follow me here on Facebook and then TikTok as well. It's all good fun and all free. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers. Good night.